Right. Shalom. Shalom YHWH. Okay. Deep breath. I'm going to do what the campaigners, this one specific campaigner in London has told me to do, and raise my vibrations. It's funny, you know. I say it's funny. Funny as in how we have to deal with things on a day-to-day basis in this spiritual warfare, in these very, very lost individuals who've got nothing better to do. Basically, just now, I was looking for a video of, I pay no attention to trolls and whatnot, but I call out, you know, Ephesians 5:11, have nothing to do with the fruitless deeds of evil, but rather expose them. And this is how sad people are, that they put so much attention and focus into something they know nothing about, i.e. me. As I said, I don't entertain anything to do with trolls. But I did just now, just a second ago, stumble across, whilst looking for a video of my own for my civil claim, because I'm trying to put in a civil claim against the council, I accidentally stumbled across a troll video made of me. And, you know, it's that thing of don't click on it, but I clicked on it. 16 seconds was enough, and thank goodness I stopped there. And it was a North American accent. I don't know if it was that demented, disturbed boy who made lots of videos about me that were that bad that I could have taken legal action, but, you know, it's not worth it. But YouTube did make him take them down because I had a harassing anonymous call. This is because of the police abusing powers community. Because as I've learnt the hard way, and the way that will save me and my soul, is there are a lot of people out there in the truthers community. Everywhere, everything is corrupted. That is why there is only one way to life, and that's through Yeshua HaMashiach. Everything. There's so much sin in the earth. There's lies and deception everywhere. It's everywhere. But I just thought I'd say 16 seconds. It's taken me already nearly 4 minutes now just to say that 16 seconds of this troll video was enough, because it was a North American accent saying, and the title of the video was Proof That One Woman Vigilante is a liar or something. I don't know. And I'm assuming that because they have a southern North American accent, they live thousands of miles away, and by golly, they seem to know more about me than I do. It's amazing. It's incredible, because, you know, I've actually been to truthers conferences where one of the speakers at one of the truthers conference dated the mother of children I played with. That's how small this world is. But am I still in a position to say who is right and who is wrong? No, of course not. There's someone called Joe Ward who has been ostracized from the satanic ritual abuse community, and I commented on his thread on Facebook, but I have no right to say what I think is right and what is not. I am perplexed, I am thrown, because some people are saying Jeanette Archer is a liar, some people are saying she's telling the truth. I've always believed, innocent until proven guilty. You've broken the commandments, and you know it. And well, anyway, there we go. It's taken me 5 minutes to say that, but 16 seconds was enough. This Princess Angela or someone. So there we go. These were people in a fake police abusing powers community that were basically reported to the police by my MP office when I was self-funding a hotel for 9 months for my safety, because I was a victim of real police corruption. I only reached out to John Wedgham from MI5 last year when I had my flat of 4 months brutally taken from me. And this was a man I watched on YouTube, and I thought, what an amazing man. He's brave. I had so much respect for him until it took guts for me to ring this man on his mobile, a man from MI5 for crying out loud, to tell him what had happened to me, and he couldn't wait to terminate the call, and he said I must have done something to deserve it. Now, yes, he could have been under, maybe he's had a lot of phone calls from a lot of nutcases, and maybe he's stressed out, yes, whatnot. I factor everything in. But, I've just found out that this landlady, it's never ending. This landlady, Yeshua is teaching me all the time. Hallelujah! Because this landlady has proven herself to be a vindictive, calculating, nasty piece of work. And this was an 85-year-old woman who said she'd help me publish my experiences. She said she'd help me write a book because she'd lost a niece to suicide. She'd been through the social services. And, wow, I've only been here 5 weeks. 5 weeks. No, just over 5 weeks. I only owe her because she got my deposit and my 1 month's rent from the council paid. So there's only at the most 2 weeks to pay. I've worked out. I'm only 2 weeks in arrears, and this woman has served me a Section 8. Really? Well, she's illegally threatened to come into my. It's a lot to go into. It's not even worth talking about. There's a nasty piece of work here. I thought I'd moved into a nice quiet house. I keep my voice down because I do get loud. I thought I'd moved into a nice quiet house with a nice old man. The nice old man is a nasty piece of work himself. He's 79. He isn't potty trained. I'm constantly cleaning up after him. This landlady used to be, you couldn't make this stuff up. She used to be a midwife. She told me to shut up on the phone. I'll tell you what, it was Jack and Ori. She told me that the woman in room 2 left because of me. No, she didn't. Because he said that she was leaving. He drove me up the wall. There were just so many, but basically there were a lot of red flags. This tenant here is very insecure. It's like being back in supported accommodation with that old man who would just not leave me alone. And I've done care work myself, so when narcissists and troublemakers get into old age, they're really, really not nice people. I found out. And of course, you know, if this woman claimed to have been not a midwife, did I say midwife? I meant to say matron. I was bullied by an elderly matron when I did care work, and narcissists in hospitals, care sectors, you'll find them in there. They seem to be drawn to anywhere where there's vulnerable people, basically. But anyway, so the main reason why I'm making this video is because I think a few people need to be sweating Monique at the council, because I've just had now a false claim made by this law firm in writing. I'll cover up the name of the law firm and my name. Pages and pages and pages. And I'm going to read out their false claim, because someone, it has been brought to their attention, the law firm, that I've been making YouTube videos. Wow. That's interesting, because I've never let the law firm know my YouTube name, although I did copy my paralegal's supervisor and my paralegal. I gave them video evidence of me being attacked, and they didn't signpost me to a law firm that could help me with that, and everything else. So maybe that's how they know my YouTube name. So maybe they've noted it, but if they've got nothing better to do, if they've since been taking time out to watch my YouTube videos rather than actually doing their jobs, the fact of the matter is a false claim has been made in this letter. Yes, a false claim. They've actually said what I said in my last video, but a false claim saying that I've named the law firm and the caseworker. I said the caseworker's first name, Jemima, but I have never said the name of the law firm, not whilst I have been a client, and they have just closed my case. So this is a false allegation, and that's the real reason why I'm making this video, is to bring this up. So yeah, and but I wanted to basically, because obviously I'm trying to keep my energy up here, I'm struggling at a basic level. I don't get to see much daylight. I'm struggling at a basic level just to function. My life was easier when I was a carer, when I actually worked hard doing paid work. Now I'm on severe disability. I've been doing other people's jobs. I've never worked so hard in my life since I've been on severe disability. Yeah, this is all part of the corruption. But I am doing this with YHWH because, of course, it's a miracle that I've survived what I have. It's very interesting, though. It's very interesting. I don't care about trolls. It's amazing that they even exist, but there are sad people out there who've got nothing going on in their lives. And I've they're not worthy of any kind of sympathy. If they want life, life is in the blood of Yeshua. Because I would not be here, and I have had public servants say to me, as terrible as they all are, Bryony, most people would have given up a long time ago, and I'd be more angry than you. And that was years ago. Throughout all of this, and the homelessness, and having my home taken from me, and being beaten by the police. And again, I still haven't found out how my father died. On top of it, my general mental health. I don't take medication. I don't put those poisons in my body anymore. Antidepressants. Oh, it was well over a decade ago that the last time I took antidepressants, and they don't do anything anyway. So, and then of course I woke up. I had my big awakening 7-8 years ago, near the start of my relationship with my partner, and everything has happened for a reason. But no, Monique, you might want to tell you and your all these people and Zoe King to start sweating a little bit, because there's a false claim in this letter from this law firm 2 videos back. And by the way, Monique, my last YouTube video was me reading my email to you, and I'm going to read out your appalling reply to me. But it's what I'd expect. But I'm going to read it out because it's in public interest. But your email to me is just... And I'm going to respond to that email, but I wanted to make this YouTube video first. And I'm going to read out what this legal aid law firm, which I have not yet called out, because as you'll see 2 videos back, I made a video which this law firm is commenting on, and I have not done any of those things, and I have not let this law firm know what my YouTube name is, let alone putting out the name of the law firm or the name of my caseworker. I only said Jemima's name. So Jemima, if you're watching, again, you really want to think before you type and write things. And the end of this, the whole letter is just going to be nonsense jargon. But this I have to read out, because the end of the paragraph, you're telling me to go to Brighton Housing Trust. And what did I say in my video? Were you listening? No, because you're just as bad as Zoe. You don't think before you write. Zoe closed my case before she'd even opened it, and she's meant to be helping me set up housing benefit for this landlady who wants her rent, because I've got damning evidence now, because of all your your wickedness is going to be the death of you. It's going to be the end of you. I've got written evidence, emails. I've got written evidence of Zoe King saying she's closed my case. I've got written evidence of Monique Prescott at Eastbourne Borough Council saying this woman will help you set up housing benefit. I've got written evidence that this corrupt, bent landlady has illegally threatened to change the locks to this room because of you lot not paying housing benefit. This legal aid law firm, I wouldn't be here. This is my emergency accommodation that you took from me, that I fought to get into. And Jemima's saying, I know it's so hard for you. letting me know, taking time to watch my YouTube videos, putting she and her pronouns at the end of her email. You don't say, Jemima. It's incredible. I'm getting this energy from Abba Yahweh, not from me. I'm slightly anemic. I sometimes I have to sit down in the shower because I'm faint. That's another reason for needing a bath, Monique. Not just because I'm a bath person. Some people prefer showers. Anyway. I will respond to your email. I will read out your email, and I will read out my reply, which I will do after I've made this video. So at the end of this letter that I've just received, which was it's dated the 19th of February. So that would have been after that video that I made where you're all panicking because I'm going to call out the law firm, and I'm going to call out, because in the title I've put 2 videos back from this one. I've made a video saying that I'm going to call out the names of the law firm, and at the end of it I said, did I not say at the end of that video, it's up to you. Well, you've made your choice. You've closed my case. At the very point when I emailed you with evidence of what this corrupt landlady has threatened to do, she and that silly boy maintenance man and Mr. Troublemaker, who hasn't been potty trained, and my partner had to wipe up his urine stains, feces on the, and me telling the landlady that this is how Beth, a Filipino lady on steroids because of bed bugs, she got a UTI, a urinary tract infection, because of a drug addict who left his drugs lying around and also left feces around the bowl. And what did Eastbourne Borough Council do? Nothing. That corrupt landlady, who was a head teacher, notice how they're in high positions of responsibility. Oh, you poor thing. Oh, you lost your mother to cancer, and I'm now paying storage for other people's unsanitary waste in Hailsham because of her. She changed the locks, and I went up to Beachy Head suicidal. And it just started to snow. Yeah. Well, this landlady, I knew there was something. You want to pay attention to the little things that people are saying. It's those little passive-aggressive digs. They might say to you, oh, I will help, as she did, this 85-year-old dear. I mean, my mother would be 86 now, and I honestly thought this woman was genuine, and I was looking forward to meeting her. She was going to help me publish. She'd lost a niece to suicide because her niece had miscarriages, and she'd been through, and she said the social services are full of, oh, pardon my French, bollocks. So this was a landlady who was going to help me publish my bad experiences. I'm so sorry. Is there anything I can do to help you? I'm so, oh. And then his weird behaviour. So, and then saying, oh, Ellie in room 2 has left because of you. The lady below me, Dion, I spoke to Dion. She's not leaving. She said he's a creep. And he told me that he hates her, so he must hate me as well. Do you see what I mean? So I'm used to all the fakery, you know. he was testing me, just like this landlady wanted to find out information about me. She wanted to find out, she said, do you have anyone else? I said no. So it's playground stuff, just so that she could exploit me. This is a woman who said that I broke her washing machine by maintaining it, by deep cleaning it with Dr. Beckham washing machine cleaner. And I even forwarded her the several articles online that show evidence that we should actually run a washing machine empty. And she put in a text message to me saying, not I think you damaged it, but you damaged it by running it empty. Utterly pathetic. And this is the maintenance man as well. I lost it with him, silly boy. I despair of people. I really do. OCD is not an excuse to leave your urine and feces all over the toilet bowl and on the floor. You know, you don't have to have OCD to be upset when someone doesn't wipe up their urine and feces. Do you know what I mean? Oh, and he's kissing my hand and saying I lost my daughter and all this. I don't care. I lost my father. I haven't found out how my father died. I've got to go to Barwell's. I've got real, genuine, complex issues. I've got a sister who's living as a man. I was told by a locum we need trauma-based therapy. This paralegal who puts her pronouns at the end of her name doesn't seem to like me saying that she's brainwashed by a satanic cult. So you've got time to watch my YouTube videos, but you allowed my emergency accommodation, i.e. the only roof I had over my head, unlawfully taken from me, and that's the only reason why I'm here in the first place. So this is the damning, because this could be really quite serious, that a law firm is saying I've done something that I haven't actually done, I've threatened to do, and I may still do that. I've said her name, Jemima, but I haven't said her surname. But once you learn what her surname is, you will probably say, how apt. And I'm not going to say what it is yet. It's spelt differently to the word, but I actually put that in the email. So this is what they've put in this letter that is not true, that is false, that I haven't actually let them know the name of my YouTube channel. But they are saying we have been made aware that videos have been posted to a public YouTube channel. Well, that doesn't really make sense, does it? It would have to be someone at Eastbourne Borough Council, because firstly, I have not let the law firm know the name of my YouTube channel. Secondly, someone had to let them know, because they're saying we have been made aware. And it would have to be someone that knows the name of the law firm, because I haven't mentioned the name of the law firm in my videos. So, Eastbourne Borough Council and Monique, and all your coffee break chums, you know the law firm that I've been dealing with. Oh yes. And there's a claim here, false claim. So we've been made aware that videos have been posted to a public YouTube channel in which you have named your caseworkers at Law Stop. No, I have not. Case workers. I might have said, I don't think I ever said the name of Jemima's supervisor. But, well, anyway, if I'm wrong, because I know I've been very careful not to mention, very, very careful not to mention name, provide me with evidence to back up your claim. This has been similarly repeated in emails to your caseworker, yes, in which you allege that she and you named your caseworkers at said law firm, and in which you state you believe that said law firm is corrupt. Yes. This has been similarly repeated in emails to your caseworker, in which you allege that she and said law firm are brainwashed. Yes. And, quote, complicit in exploitation under legal aid. Yes, you are. And there are reviews on TRUSTPILOT similar to mine, where disabled people under the Equality Act are saying the same thing. We believe this indicates our professional relationship with you has unfortunately broken down. The working relationship between solicitors and their clients is predicated on mutual trust. Yes, and you didn't even tell me why my emergency accommodation was taken from me, but Jamie, the proprietor, said to me, we've been told that if you don't leave to call the police. So you do that to vulnerable people, don't you? It's normal, isn't it? If someone doesn't accept a grotty flat, you take the roof over their head that you got them into with a threat of police with no safeguarding. And you think I'm going to go to that social worker, Daphne, with the amount of evidence I've got stacked up against them, the social services. One thing I do believe about this landlady, the social services are full of bollocks, pardon my French, her words, not mine. Yes, and that I can believe that she also lost a niece to suicide because she called the paramedics on Friday the 16th and then sent me an email pretending to be the saviour, you know, the way narcissists do. They create a situation, then they pretend to be the saviour, then they threaten that you get out or they'll change the locks. So thank you, Victoria, for pushing me to suicide, in case you know about my YouTube channel. The working relationship between solicitors and their clients is predicted on mutual trust, as this is necessary for the effective conduct of a case. Your comments indicate that sadly this relationship has broken down, and therefore we feel it would not be appropriate for us to continue assisting you. We would encourage you to seek advice from another service. Should you require further assistance, Brighton Housing Trust. Listen to this. Brighton Housing Trust may be able to assist you with any housing issues. Yes, that's right, Monique Prescott. They've actually closed my case upon learning about my YouTube video with a false claim in this letter. So, Jemima, I hope you're watching. Brighton Housing Trust may be able to assist you with housing issues. Brighton Housing Trust, as Monique knows, and I've got evidence against Monique and this Zoe, because I have made formal complaints, and I'm not going to disclose how I've made my formal complaints. But let's just say it's from someone that tried to get me compensation another time. So that's all I'm saying on that. So you can flying monkeys as much as you like. So yeah, and the rest is not worth reading. So Monique, on that note, Monique Prescott, you shall be getting an email from me, but not before I really read your appalling response to me. Obviously, I'm very careful with the information that I put out there that protects me and maybe you to some extent, but it's in public interest. That's why I'm publishing it. And yeah, I have never known, but it's amazing. I tell you what, I would not be here by my own strength. My Heavenly Father, I found out in the space of just 5 weeks what a really, really nasty piece of work this landlady is. So it's going to get really interesting now. I have been advised by Shelter. I'm going to print a notice on the door because, as my partner's letting agent said, if anyone, or the landlady or anyone, doesn't matter who it is, even the police, if they try to enter this property, because licensees obviously have different, they have less, that's why, they get treated like pieces of dirt. But tenants have more rights. They'll be breaking the law. So my partner's letting agent said if they try to enter the property, they'll be breaking the law. But I know that anyway. But I doubt very much if a judge is going to think, 2 weeks rent, when it's the council that have put me in this position. So, yes. Just thought I'd make you all sweat a bit. Crumbs, they're really, it's true what Helen said, but then my late mother said it, people said it to me, people are jealous of you. I could never understand why, but I guess now I can see it because I've got the Ruach HaKodesh. It's YHWH who's got me through this. So there we go. I just, I'm just going to try and keep calm because this is very tiring. So I'll just leave it at that. I am really worried about my valuables though from that flat. My gold heirloom ring. Yeah, I cleaned out the mould out of the fridge freezer, and this landlady was like, "I'm so thank you for doing that for me. Thank you, just like Monique. Thank you." They're really insecure, so insecure, and I know she's panicking right now because she's made a threat to change the locks. Then she's asked me if I can return my keys to that awful. It's not a letting agent, it's a tenant find agent. God, there's just so much rudeness in this town. It's unbelievable. Yes. But I can't believe she actually told me to shut up. But I smiled. I said, I can't believe it. I said, Darren, she's told me to shut up, and I smiled. I wasn't angry. She said, you hate people, don't you? You hate people. Because I told my partner to put her on loudspeaker. I said, Victoria, this is the landlady, I don't hate you. And I don't. This is how insecure people are. All she wants is her money. There are faulty appliances. It's filthy. The lounge is filthy. I had to clean out the drawers. I have to clean up after people who, 79-year-old who hasn't been potty trained. I have to clean up. I have to wipe people's bottoms. I have to do other people's jobs. But you know what? Yeshua's got a handle on this. Yeshua HaMashiach, the only truth, light, and the way. 40 minutes this has taken, but I had to get this off my chest. And on that note, I shall just leave it at that. I will put something in the description, though. I will put a link to a video, because I forget just how hard I've worked, and there are several videos in that hotel that I self-funded for 9 months for my safety, and when I was attacked in that property, and I worked so hard, and I forget. And I'm going to put it in the link. I need so many holidays. I need so many.